Hello all. I am Ritu Sagar, who's a cyber psychologist and have been in this particular field. I'm been in this particular field from last 4 to 5 years, and I've been involved a lot with the cyber space issues and cyber victims and all those. So when we just talked today, I just wanted to have a small this thing regarding, like, we all are aware that we all are living in a digital era, and it's become a compulsion now to use the gadgets and to be with the gadgets, because if you have to be living in today's world, you have to be having a knowledge or understanding of the technology. So as I just say, it's a compulsion now, not a choice. You can't be choosing that I don't want to be. So it becomes a requirement, and we don't even realize that we are spending inordinate time on this in this digital domain, be it for a work requirement of ours, or maybe sometimes the entertainment which takes us there. So either in the form of social media or maybe watching OTT and all those things which are keeping us busy in this particular sphere. So when we just talk about, we don't even realize when the presence of gadgets become overwhelming and they start controlling our lives. We don't even realize that, okay, we are forming habits which are closer to the need, as in, maybe, again, as I just said, it's a necessity in terms of that you require it for the work, or maybe they become simple habits of your day to day, they start getting changed. So when we just say, and for this particular thing, the only way to go about is detox. So the way we can go further in this particular scenario to handle ourselves, or to understand that, okay, how can we be, not developing those habits which can be affecting us in terms of maybe health wise and otherwise. So when we just talk about it, detox is, when I say the detox, basically it means that taking short breaks or maybe long breaks from the gadgets of any kind, or this particular domain. When we just talk about, the shorter breaks can be in between, because we don't even realize sometimes we're working for continuous 2 3 hours sitting at one place. So that if starts affecting us, as I just said, why detoxification is required. The first is it's affecting our physical health. So in terms of that, if you are spending long hours sitting on the gadgets, you don't realize your posture gets affected, your fingers, the smallest soft tissues of your hands get affected, your eyes are getting affected because continuously you're watching a screen which is there. And again, a lot of hearing problems are coming because of the this thing we are using, headphones and all that, when we are using. So those things are affecting our physical health. And as I just talked about, short breaks, they should be also long breaks, which should be taken in terms of, again, the same reasons, for the same reasons in terms of physical, that longer breaks, you are going to be having some 2 3 days just staying disconnected from that, because it's going to be kind of refreshing and rejuvenating you. You won't even realize, but once you're back to the work, maybe, yes, of course, you can just give a message, a small message to the family or somewhere when you're just moving, travel around or something, that you are safe. But, or maybe even within your at home also, you can decide that for the next 3 4 days, I'm not going to be connecting with anyone in terms of the gadget is concerned. As I just talked about, again, why detoxification, the physical aspect I just discussed about. So the next is basically social aspect. When we just talk about social aspect, that how detoxification will be helpful in social, we have seen nowadays, when we just see children also, or adolescents also, where they are kind of, they prefer nowadays to be sitting at home, and they don't want to go out in the evenings to play around with the friends. They're very comfortable, and they feel that, okay, in this confined space, I'm very happy, and I am somewhere connected with the world through the gadget, one or the other gadget. So when we just talk about that, again, what happens gradually, they become apprehensive to mix around with people. And I've seen a lot of nowadays, when we just see that parties or gatherings or somewhere, where the social gatherings are there, they feel very socially awkward that to mix around with people, and they try to be staying within themselves, picking up the gadgets and being involved in that one. So they are kind of changing the social habits of ours. And then the next is psychologically also, it is a requirement for the reason that we, because of the work environment, because of the things which are we are working and totally online on most of the time, because of the physical issues, the mental stress issues are also increasing. And there is another, when we are just too much into social media, or social involvement is there, because you feel that, okay, I have to be at par with the world which is going on. So what happens is, people are trying to be, or they are feeling most of the time, the pressure to be perfect. So this particular pressure which is there, again, it sometimes brings a lot of stress which we don't realize. So we have to understand that it's time to reflect on what are our habits, how do we handle them, and if we think this is going on, we need to reflect and then work on detoxification of us. Thank you.